Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to another incredible episode of Injustice.
Injustice.
Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. This is our Pathfinder Second Edition campaign. Injustice. It's a homebrew setting world adventure. Hope you'll join us, follow along. We have most of the crew tonight, 4 out of 6 players, expecting everyone eventually in various degrees of involvement. Don't know where John is actually, but should have everybody eventually. We're going to jump right into a recap of last session. We're kind of in the middle of some intense, dramatique combat hostage situations, so we're not going to take up any more time. We're going to jump right into the session. Let me check and see who is probably going to give me the recap. Today, it could be literally anybody. We're at the top of a recap round. Any volunteers?
I did not take great notes last session, so.
Mine are pretty bare bones too, but I don't know that we did a whole lot other than fight.
It was largely combat, yes.
Yeah. So I'll take a swing at it.
Sure.
We were on our way back to the bandit camp, and we were stopped at a crossroads. And we saw a dust cloud kind of in the distance heading our direction. It was unclear who was creating that dust cloud, but we were worried it was more bandits, and so we hid on either side of the road. And as it turns out, it was more bandits, and they were marching a line, a chain gang of Terra Nomada back to the camp. And so we ambushed them and eliminated all of the bandits, and we rescued the Terra Nomada, and now we are in the process of trying to determine how best to deal with the bandit camp that is down the road, that has more Terra Nomada and the vast majority of our next objectives.
Yes.
And that's pretty much all that we did.
Yeah, that is true. That is the recap of last session. I'm gonna scroll out a little bit on the timeline and give a wider scope. So the party is making their way from the kind of scholarly capital Vidrusari to the southern city of Veonaya, Iamdaliam. There to hire a ship to travel southward even further still to the country of Baladesh, where they are ultimately seeking to collect the shards of the Veo that they're aware of, at least get a head start on tracking down the ones that they know where they're at. Their ultimate goal is to find all of the shards of the Veo, return them, and reconstruct the ancient dead god for the purposes of permanently killing him instead of this sort of half-life that is suspended in because it wasn't done correctly the first time around. So in their venture across the Horizmer Plains, heading southward to Iamdaliam, they have kind of been running into this conflict of roving bandits across the Horizmer, which is uncommon, and the Terra Nomada, peaceful traveling tinker-like folk, have fallen victim and prey to these bandits. Moreover, I should say, it's become clear to the party that the bandits might actually be here because of your group. This is not the first time you've encountered a wide-flung net, possibly so generalized to have had very little chance of success, but somebody is desperate to find the 6 of you, and is spending a lot of gold to do so. So, heading this way, you have a vested interest in protecting the peaceful Terra Nomada, and also discovering and potentially cutting short this violent interest that this particular mercenary band has in the 6 of you. While you were scoping out that camp, as Cameron mentioned, you noticed another group approaching the camp from the south, and you waylaid them, freed the Terran Armada. Actually, you just finished combat, so I imagine that now we're jumping into cutting the ropes, freeing the Terran Armada, making sure none of them are injured, and like kind of just doing basic triage for them while you all gather your thoughts and opinions on how to approach the Wasp's Nest to the north. Anybody have any follow-up questions on what's going on?
That combat was like relatively quiet, right? Like, were the Terran Armada screaming? Like, how much of a ruckus do we feel like was made? Because they were pretty confident to begin with,
They were.
and they were caught off guard.
That's true
A
as
lot
well.
of us were invisible to them at the start.
Hidden.
So.
There were a number of lightning strikes. Kijani, that were
Maybe.
they were probably pretty evidently magical, since there's no clouds or anything right now to like naturally cover that.
I can see where you're coming from with that argument.
I would say it wasn't particularly stealthy. You're not super close to the bandit camp. I would say like probably still.
Would someone who has like been a scout before be nervous that they caught on to it and would like send someone to come check, or do we feel like we're like
You have no idea
enough
if this is. You don't know how invested that camp is up there to the contingent they set forth here. Like, is this a sub group of people? Is this like a secondary hire? Do they even know these guys, or are they loyal to one another at all in any way?
Okay, so
Your previous.
pretty
Yeah.
immediately Kitani's are we may we ready?
Yes, by all means. Yeah. Please begin.
Kitani says, hey, turns to the front of the Terran Armada. You are safe. Do not worry. They are, for all intent and purposes, incapacitated. But that was not the quietest fight. You need to get off the road right now.
We can make our way through the Horizoners if you break our bonds. We know how to survive in this place.
What does it take to break their bonds?
It's rope. They're tied with rope. They're just stripped of their materials and things.
Okay, I'll start cutting through.
Okay.
Same, I'll help.
Yeah. It doesn't take long. Free them all. They're wary of you, but clearly grateful. They huddle together as their bonds are broken. They're kind of huddling up. They're men, women, children. This is a small group.
We don't recognize any of them. Or they don't recognize any of us.
No, it doesn't seem so.
Okay.
Thank you, strangers. Your assistance will not be forgotten. We are just a small group of my clan. We had split apart, fallen behind the main crew. We were all heading north to Marakota for a conference. We were waylaid. We split off, but we were chased down. I'm afraid the rest of our family is still within, up ahead. If they survive at all. We're going to go to ground, but we won't go far. We have hope. Perhaps the bandits will find that our people are of no use to them. They won't find what they're looking for, I know. They asked us questions. Questions about you, I guess. Trio of elves, far flung from their grove, wherever that may be. A Leshy, a gnome, a Tengu. You don't make you don't make an inconspicuous crowd.
There's not much of a choice that we have in that.
No, I suppose not.
And the less you know, the better, but we do what we can.
We will be nearby, keeping watch. If we don't see any change in the next 3 days, we'll shuffle on. I don't have anything to pay you for your aid.
Kick one of them. Not one of them. One of the.
I was about to say, you
bandits.
kick one of them?
Yes, I kick one of the Terranimata because they don't pay us. No, I kick one of the
How
bandits.
dare you not pay us?
Yeah. No, I think we're good.
They begin to reach down and start taking,
Yeah.
some of them already have, like, taking just like daggers, like basic, like, survival stuff that the bandits may have had on them.
A quick above table question. Just as far as Terra Nomada culture goes, they will obviously meet with other clans, and I sort of see them as kind of like traveling merchants almost.
To a degree, yeah, they're craftsmen and merchants, because of they're the people who travel most across the Horizoners. It just so happens that trade sort of is in their purview.
Wheelhouse.
They're not.
Yeah,
They probably wouldn't call themselves merchants as
sure.
a occupation, but for sure, yeah.
Vesperin will say, "We require no compensation. Just perhaps if you see, or the next time you meet with more of your number, you tell of our exploits."
Mm.
Hey, stop
Stories.
you on the.
Stories are the way of our people. I promise. More will know of what you have done here.
Do intend on proceeding up to the camp ahead, and we will do our best to liberate the rest of your family.
That encourages a painful amount of hope in me. I appreciate your efforts, though I will not hold you to it. From what I understand, this group is large and well funded. Do not dash yourself against the rocks for my people. Then they begin to head out into the plains, the grasses. They have a way of vanishing as they enter the golden hay. Years of living in this terrain, knowing it better than anyone.
Well, gents, I suppose we should come up with a plan of attack.
Well, should get the bodies out of the road at least, just in case someone, even if it didn't, just in case someone did see, and they have to at least look further, and didn't just have dead bodies in the road. At least get in before they bleed too much too. That's hard to deal with. Oh, and except
Very
your
well.
magic. Oh, shit. And I started thinking about that again. That one time that you watched me clean my a stain for like 10 minutes and then prestidigitated.
Prestidigitated.
So I just pick up one of the bodies and carry them over. Are we? Presuming they're all dead now.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair assumption after this conversation without anyone checking on their vitals and them just kind of slowly bleeding out into the dirt.
Yeah.
They are deceased instead of unconscious.
Can I use telekinetic projectile
Actually-
to move
Actually,
a body?
I don't think so.
most
I
of
mean,
them,
read the spell, but I don't think so.
at least two of them, at least two of them were taken out non-lethally. Although one of them, I think, was
Then lethally.
taken out non-lethally, and then so there's one of them that is actually.
Oh, you're
just
right. I think
unconscious.
this
don't
one
know what it
died.
is.
This one died to stunning strike.
No, that one was frozen to death.
Oh, you're right.
Which one was?
What would have been the non-lethal thing? Would it have been Chokai's attacks?
Shokai would have done one. I think Shokai took out two.
My
Tiger stance makes it.
Oh, does your stance make it lethal?
Wait.
I think it might. but I'm
Nope,
not
they are
100%.
non-lethal. They are non-lethal.
Okay.
But you did
Um,
definitely the second guy.
I
you
did
definitely
kill that last guy at least. That's-
Yeah.
You at least put him into dying again.
But
I think
for
that
sure
one of-
murdered him. Yeah. We'll assume without looking at them and without going back and checking the VOD, one of them is just unconscious and will likely die here if left on the wild Horizomer without anyone left unconscious in the middle of the plains. Some predator will find him tasty and an easy target. So, but if you wanted to attempt to
Interrogate.
I would say that you could
yeah.
spend some resources to try and revive that person, whomever they may be.
I am treating wounds on myself.
Okay. Do you want never
I'm
mind.
just doing the regular roll, and it's public is fine, right?
Yep. The DC is 15 unless you're an expert in medicine. 11. That is a failure. You failed.
What do I do when I fail? Nothing?
Nothing, and you're immune to treat wounds for an hour.
Sad.
In that same 10 minutes.
Yes. Anyone else have a 10-minute activity?
Ceridwen grabs Oleander and sits him down as he's bleeding profusely.
Also, Kijani has a battle medic baton. If you want to make that available to the party as like a party treasure, or if you want to invest in medicine in the future, I just wanted to remind you you do have that item.
Who could take it right now?
I think it requires
I think investment has to be done in
investment
the.
has to be done as your daily preparation, part of your daily preparation. So not relevant now,
Bring
just
it.
a reminder.
During that 10 minutes, I'm gonna search the bodies for
Yeah.
gold,
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
missives.
Make a perception check.
And I'm refocusing.
Refocusing.
And I'll
too
do
bad.
that twice.
That'll be a 20. Okay, let's just do the first 10 minutes for everybody so we can. Stupid free. Vestrin.
Mm-hmm.
With that,
Oh, yeah. Wait.
that was
why is that
Ceridwen's
scary?
medicine check. What?
Oh, sorry. I was like, I thought you revealed the 18, but then it was Ceridwen, and I was confused.
Yeah, no.
Okay, we're good.
Here's you. Sorry with that. Showing you that. you are able to recover across the various bandits' corpses and the one bandit who is just merely unconscious. Um, you recover 7 gold, 3 silver. So you write that down, put it in the party funds, whatever. Put it in your pockets if you want to. You also find none of you keeps up with this, so I don't know that I really even need to mention it, but there are a number of crossbow bolts, a couple of regular, like, plain longswords, and hatchets.
Oh, I figured it out. Sorry.
This is Ceridwen's risky surgery healing.
Yeah, I figured out how to actually get the treat wounds thing to work. You have to. It's an exploration activity, so you have to activate it.
Ah,
Once you activate it, then you can click it and it will do that.
great. Nice. You don't find any written communication.
No letters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I will make the party aware that I have of the things that I've found. I'll plan to pocket the coins at least for right now.
Okay.
And then see if anybody needs the aforementioned weapons.
What was it?
A number of long swords, hatchets, and crossbow bolts.
And crossbow. One
And a
still
crossbow.
functioning crossbow, and then 2 short bows. Sorry.
Was there a short sword?
Sure.
No. Oh, yes.
Cool.
So they're
And a
pretty well
scabbard.
kipped out. Yeah. They're pretty well equipped.
First lesson of the whole campaign was make sure you take the at least from my character.
To make sure you also carry the scabbard.
Yeah, and make sure you also grab the scabbard if you're going to take somebody's weapon.
Yeah, I would say that short sword is easy to come by somewhere amongst this crew.
Just
Yep.
to have the option is nice.
Yeah, easy. These are the first. No, not the first humans you've killed. You fought humans in the casino, but even still,
Yeah.
this was a lot of like emotional sentient death versus what you normally have been fighting monsters and stuff. These are people you've actually murdered, and they for sure deserved it. I don't know that any of you feels bad about it. Some of you have been mercenaries for the interim 10 years, but just calling that out as a group, this is your biggest humanoid kill combat yet.
Oleander felt
Great
bad
with words
when
tonight.
a prisoner died. From his perspective, a prisoner died because we were kind of feeling like we're almost taking control, like doing that with Jackson or whatever his name was.
Yeah.
He feels bad about that death. He has no care about these guys because, like, you don't enslave a bunch of people that can't, like, it doesn't make sense what's happening here from his perspective as a mercenary. So he has no care about killing. They have already violated a code in his head by capturing these people that are not their bounty actually. From his perspective.
Well,
For sure.
should we proceed?
Do you wanna talk with this truckle fuck and he kicks the one that's not quite dead yet?
I have no strong feelings on the matter. If we don't kill him, something else around here will, so.
Oh, that's not what that's. Do you want to try to find out more about the camp? That's what I'm asking.
If you think that he'll give us information that would be useful, like a secret entrance or something, I'm not opposed to it, but we would have to revive him, which will... Well, it's not free.
Probably cost you time at most. Saradwin can treat wounds for 10 minutes, while Kijani already wanted to do another 10-minute focus to get back his other focus point. So just throwing that
Okay.
out there. That's something you guys could be doing while Kijani takes that second 10-minute round.
Fair enough. Just a moment. I do have rope. I'm gonna use my rope to tie up the unconscious individual
Okay,
before we try to revive him.
good to know. Let's get this person here. I'm gonna undo all the stuff they've got going on. I'm gonna give them restrained. The way that this is actually pretty cool. The way that tying someone up or restraining them works in this game is that if they attempt to escape, they have to roll an escape They have to roll an escape check. It's normal, just like anytime you escape any other monster. They get to pick either athletics or acrobatics to do that. But what they're going to be rolling against is the survival DC of the person who ties them up. So, for example, Cameron, you have a +1 to survival, so the number he would have to beat to escape your ropes would be 11.
I would like to amend my previous statement.
Okay, yeah.
Would someone like to use this rope to tie him up? Someone who is practiced in
Spent the last
survival.
10 years, on a boat learning knots.
I was skilled at that at one point in time.
I would have tied him up with like a slip knot.
Let's see, who do we have with survival? I think that Topros might be good at survival. Learning skills.
I think Kijani is your guy.
he is
for
the
this.
best.
Probably the best, but he's doing something, isn't he?
Yes, you're right.
Kai has an 8.
Oh, hey Kai.
Oh, hi. A tie rope check.
It's not a check. You set the DC. If you do the tying, then whenever they try to escape, they have to beat your survival DC.
Okay.
Your DC is always 10 plus whatever your modifier is. So with an 8, they would have to roll higher than an 18 to break
Okay,
free
so it's
from
just a
your-
flat. It's just flat. I don't
it's
have
on-
to roll anything for
Yeah,
it.
exactly. In Pathfinder, the actor always rolls against a difficulty class set by the person being acted upon. So that's kind of the overarching paradigm of the system. There are no contested checks in all of Pathfinder. There's always a difficulty class that's set by the skill of the person who is resisting, and a roll that's done by the person who is attempting to overcome it. It's actually it's pretty elegant. It sounds more complicated than it really is. But yeah, you don't have to do anything. I'm just letting you know that the better you are at survival, the harder it will be for this person to beat the DC to escape.
Okay, yeah, I'll tie that thing.
Awesome. Betson asks you to come over and tie them up before we revive them. You head on over and truss it up with the rope, while Kijani is praying to the plant gods, and in this second 10-minute period while you're doing the tying, do you also want to have Saradwin do the treat wounds, or are you going to take a third 10-minute period, a 30-minute
No. It would be in that second.
in the same time period? Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead and have
Not too risky because that's
risky.
is more than risky.
This is a
he
critical
didn't-
success.
He,
So
did, he didn't want to heal him that much though.
Saradwin's personal skill and desire to help people overcomes as he sits down and starts doing his job and just looking at the wounds. And before you know it, the blood is staunched, bandages are applied, salves are fighting off infection, and indeed, the young woman, the scout, is back to consciousness, actually feeling pretty okay. She's back to full health.
I was like, she's healthier than she was before somehow.
Yeah. It's like, she looks a little nervous until she sees Vesrin. And then she still looks nervous, but a little bit less so. She at least feels somewhat confident she's not going to be, like, molested and raped. Although maybe that's a bad assumption on her part. Let's just go ahead and ground rules and say the party shouldn't molest and rape people, but
Yeah, I'll
she's
I'll
still
just go
like
if that happens.
surrounded.
So
Yeah, right.
Vesrin is going to attempt touch of obedience
Okay.
on this
Yeah.
individual.
She'll make a will save against your
Yeah, that's right.
psychic imposition. What's the DC on that? You remind me?
Your Imperious Touch erodes the target's willpower, making it easier to control. Target attempts a will save. I don't know. That's part of the Vertex.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be your intelligence spellcasting DC. Same thing for wizard, whatever that is.
Oh. Hold
19.
on. Thank you. Sorry.
Yep, you're good.
Right. 19.
Yeah, cool. So she fails. She is kind of dazed, a little bit under some sort of influence. You can tell. Everyone else who has seen this happen before, you know what's going on. She's just. What is the meaning of this?
I need you to relax. You are in no immediate danger. We have some questions for you.
Fine. Fine. Ask your questions.
Well, we'll start with an easy one. What is the objective of your crew and the objective of those at the camp down the road?
Looking for a group of terrorists. Runaways from Astropol, Silent Cities.
Ah, and who is bankrolling your efforts?
Couldn't say.
Fair enough. I suppose they prefer to remain nameless. Safer for them.
I'm just not important enough to know. They might be anonymous, they might not. Might be the bloody king of Bangladesh.
Well, I didn't want to assume. As far as the camp down the road, anything in particular about that camp that might be unique?
It's a bloody stronghold. Hard to come by out here in the Horizon. Backed up against the plateau. There are escape tunnels back into the cliff faces.
And-
Difficult to maneuver, but if you needed to, someone could flee and make it up to the top of the plateau before a day's worth of hiking.
And these tunnels, they come out at the top of the plateau.
Yes. Never made the trip myself though. Supposedly infested with spiders. Kind of a last ditch.
Yes, that is quite troublesome, I imagine. Roughly how many are there in your number at the camp?
Depends on. If all the raiding parties are back, it's between 45 and 50.
I see.
But I don't know who's been sent out.
And what interest did you have in the individuals that you were marching to the camp?
Our patron, one who hired us, told us that 2 of the terrorists were hiding amongst the Terra Nomada. Could be disguised magically by illusion or clever subterfuge. If we didn't scoop them up in a net, at the very least we hoped some of the Terra Nomada would know them, know where they were. We've got a hostage in camp who knows the terrorists and can identify them for us.
And what is your plan with the terrorists when you catch them?
Depends. We were told dead or alive, preferred alive. And they're to be brought to the capital.
Of Astropor, I assume.
Oh no, not going back there. No magic. You're shot with an arrow, you're sure to die in Astropol.
So
No, the capital of Veonaya.
I see. So might it not? I suppose it's not an enormous logical leap to say that you're being bankrolled by somebody in Veonaya rather than Astropol.
Well, I should think so.
But these individuals, they stand accused of terrorism in Astropol. Why would somebody in Veonaya care about that?
That's a damn good question. Well above my pay grade.
Food for thought. But gentlemen, do any of you have any questions for our guest?
Yes.
Is your network is Thomas the top of the line Red Scar, whatever his name is, or do you span more than just this encampment?
Redskar organizes
That
raiding
one.
parties across the horizon. From the southern tip of this plateau, I don't even remember which bloody plateau this is, down to the Gulf. This was supposed to be a wide-flung net, but this is one of the more narrow chokes of land across the Horizoners.
So if he was not part of the equation, then you are no longer organized.
I guess. Unless someone else would step up to take his place.
And who would that be?
Could be... well... this is a business operation, it's not a wolf pack. I don't know who would be next, but...
There's no obvious second in command or lieutenant structure or anything like that.
not really. The raiding parties all kind of are under captains, but there's not really any loyalty. Chosen mostly at random. We take rotations and turns. We all get paid. That's all that matters.
Who decides the rotation?
It's volunteer. Get it out of the way, you don't have to do it again this month.
I see.
But,
But you must do it in order to be paid.
yes,
I see.
captains get the responsibility of success or failure. I guess it's a good place to be if you're going to be the one raiding group to come back with the golden ticket, but seeing as that's not terribly likely. She begins to really look around now at the 6 of you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you're just okay, cool.
Wait,
Yes.
wait. You're the terrorists.
And there it is.
Do you know
Cass.
the crimes of which we stand accused?
Destruction of a Capitol building in Astropol.
Oh, interesting.
Look, I certainly don't get paid enough to... You're going to kill me here anyways, aren't you?
I think that depends very much on how you answer our next question.
Okay.
What is your intent from here?
Don't even know how much runway I've got to go on. Am I going to walk away? If I were,
If you were in,
suppose I'd go south. Head to Yamdaliam. Got some skills with fishery nets and used to run on a boat, a shrimping boat, further south before I joined up here. This was good pay, but it's not worth my life. She looks around at her dead comrades.
You were willing to enslave these people.
No, not enslave. She looks ashamed though, embarrassed. We were just going to have Dalian look at them and make sure they weren't you. Then I actually don't know what Thomas's plans are for the hostages after that. I guess I didn't want to know.
A life spent fishing and shrimping sounds peaceful. I have no qualms about allowing you to travel south, take up the net, as it were. But I promise if we ever cross paths with you again, you will not survive that encounter.
I understand.
unless we come looking for shrimp in the southern city.
Oh,
I'd
sure, of
say
course,
with,
Ollie.
like,
Yes,
Like a
that-
like a weird sense of like, if I need to come find you, I will.
the
Yeah.
implication being that if we cross paths in anger, not in hunger.
I know. I was also going to speak a bit of.
Perhaps
We know where you.
anger, but that's different.
If you hear rumors about Six, you would do well in our favor to counter them. Question the basis.
Or merely plead ignorance.
There isn't very much known about you now. Not out here. Don't know what you did back home. You're not quite as... Well, she looks around at her dead companions bleeding out in the mud. Maybe you are everything they say. It's not for me to decide.
I think it's time you go.
Are you gonna unbind her?
Do I have to
I'll
make
look
a
to-
survival check against?
I'll look to Vestrin. And if she gets the nod, then I'll undo them.
Alright. Yeah, alright. Then as she is unbound, she stands up and she begins slowly walking away, not turning her back to you. And when
In
she
which
gets,
direction? Oh, good. Okay.
when she gets far enough to where she's like waist
Couldn't
high
be stopped
in...
by there.
No, she's not quite that far. When she's waist high in grass, she'll turn and start running through south.
That was a risk.
The 6 of you can make anecdotal history checks. What's that gonna be in this game? It's not
Society.
a real check. Recall knowledge.
Society.
Is it society?
Or else.
Just do recall knowledge. Just do an No, it doesn't, because it's different based on. Everybody make an intelligence check.
Can we do that?
I'll roll a d20.
Yeah.
That's what it is for me. So
Do
Yep, same.
a D20 plus your
just
modifier.
know that this should have different DCs because we cannot be trained in this.
Right.
Making
Can't be trained. You basically don't get proficiency. It's just
Slash R.
just a d20
Right.
plus your int modifier. The highest any of you can roll is a 24. So I understand.
Slash R.
You also
That's right.
don't need to type anything. There are dice on the.
Oh, that's true. I liked
Estrin looks at Kijani, having heard him say that was a risk, and she says, "Yes, but I'm not terribly accustomed to killing prisoners, and we can't take her with us."
I am not upset about it. I think that was the right decision.
Okay. I just want to make sure that everybody. Well, you might not feel good about it. I don't really feel good about it, but at least accepts it.
She seemed upfront and knew the situation that she was in. I'm not worried, really. But I hope that somebody who can probe her mind does not get to her before she gets to EM Delium. Or after.
Some of my best friends have held me at knife point, so it's
Unsurprisingly, Topros has this memory of an extreme blast from the past coming back. Ceridwen and Vesrin also remember immediately the name Dalian. This would be the individual who was who you guys went to school with, was picking on Topros for being short at the end of your last, literally episode 1. You were in class and you left class, and then he started trying to pick a fight with Topros, and then Evie ran
Oh
up
yeah,
behind
and Evie
him,
kicked him in the
kicked him in
balls.
the nuts. Yes. He is a pretentious prick. He is an Astropor citizen who may be able to identify you by sight. One of the few. Recognize the 6 of you easily. So yeah, Topros, Ceridwen, and Vesrin recognize that name. I don't want to jump in and roleplay for either of them, so Ves, if you want to share that information.
Gents, Dalian is. We went to school with him. I suppose there can be more than one person named Dalian, but there aren't that many people named Dalian who could identify all 6 of us.
It is true that they
Remember.
said they could identify us.
Do you remember? This individual was really quite an arse.
I remember.
I only went to that school for 1 year.
everyone
Seems
in
Evie
Athens
made
many people.
he was an ass.
Seems Evie made sure he probably wasn't going to reproduce those, so.
Oh, that guy. Wait,
You remember?
Do remember
no,
that.
there's like
That's pretty
6.
funny.
No, I remember at least 6 people that she kicked in the balls. Now you see it. I might have to go walk the dog.
Fair point, she did kind of have a penchant for that, especially once she got the iron-toed boots. Well, anyway, his presence here complicates things, no doubt.
Kai, having had this recollection brought to your mind, this would be the individual you saw tied up.
Hmm. Okay.
This guy.
He didn't look like he was in very good straits either, though. No. Like he was bound, right?
Yeah, he should. I think his picture is on your screen now.
Oh. Yeah. Right. Not great.
Correct.
In that case, he's much more likely to identify us.
He's definitely being held by the bandits here.
If he thinks he can avoid further torture,
Sure. But at the same time, it could be an enemy of my enemy situation.
Cole.
that's true. Either way, we have to go into the bandit camp, and it seems that the best way to do that is through the caves at the top of the plateau. I mean, I suppose we could do a full frontal assault, but that seems suicidal.
How do you intend to get to the top of the plateau?
Well, walking mostly. Surely there's a pathway up there. Otherwise, if you escape to the top of the plateau, then where do you go?
Let me this is gonna wreck your PC, Cameron. I'll just bring you guys onto the big map. Maybe you want to check the stream instead. It's chugging even for me, honestly.
I don't know if you can see me totally whitewashed out now, but that's how my PC responded to that. All right, let me pull up the stream. Just a moment.
Can everybody else see?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really need to get a new computer. I just think
Yeah.
it doesn't multitask very well. I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah, and you know, video chat, video call on top of all this
Yeah,
downpull.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, okay, so this plateau, this first lowest one, is technically actually no. Hold on. What's this plateau called? Somebody who wants to be creative?
I don't see exactly where we are. Oh, thank you.
So it's this
Ah,
plateau.
okay.
You all are here. The camp backs up to this cliff face. And then there's this first plateau here that is the sort of the first step on the series of rising, crowning cliff faces that head up to the capital.
Oh, I see. Okay, so
So the ostensibly the known path for getting up here that everyone would be able to tell you definitely you can go is to come all the way down to Dal-Em and then walk up the great ramp. That is the way that most trade traffic is forced to travel. This is the only road.
how tall is the plateau?
Several hundred feet. It's a
Fuck.
call it 200 feet here. It's scalable. You guys have climbing kits, but it would be dangerous to free climb. Especially for all 6 of you, since you're not all terribly athletically inclined. So the fact that there might be a tunnel back here between here, that it would be a walking path up to this plateau, would also be of huge potential economic consequence if it got out, because this would be a shortcut for people coming from the wastes or over here in the Horizonmer to get up into the plateau. And there are villages and cities on this first plateau that are in what's considered like Veo Naya proper. They're like within the empire. They're regulated, they're within counties, and they have governors and things like that. They're not out here in the Horizonmer. It's kind of wild west, but once you get onto the plateaus, you're in the empire.
It's the Copper Plateau.
The Copper Plateau?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. First,
And then silver.
Well, not necessarily that, but I was going copper because of the color, and then also it does have that secondary meaning.
so that the lowest denomination plateau? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Copper Plateau. I like it.
They might not necessarily do that going up, but
No,
they do
yeah,
have
we're not bound to it, but yeah, it's the Copper Plateau.
Well, the second plateau is the Rainbow Falls Plateau, right?
That one's kind of an intermediate plateau because you'll see that it's taller than the ground and it's taller than the copper, but it's shorter than the actual next one that you get to upon the main road.
Oh. Yeah,
It's shorter
I see that.
here.
Okay.
They aren't perfectly tiered. So yes, Vestron, I'll say that you remember that while not impossible, you would basically be, another 2 weeks journey to get to the Great Ramp Causeway, and then 2 weeks back to get to the top of the bandit camp. And then find the tunnel entrance, and then sneak down, if you wanted to walk that way. Or you could climb up. Find a way to get around and climb up, and then find the tunnel entrance from the top. Up the stairs.
I feel confident in climb.
I bet you do. You don't take fall damage.
Yeah, I don't take fall damage, and I also am
Good at athletics?
good at that. I'm not great at that. I'm trained in that.
I can cast the equivalent of Feather Fall.
Sure. And that would be, super helpful if you all fail, but then you're starting from the bottom again. What is everybody's... I'm not trying to shoot down your idea. What's everybody's...
It sounds like a big, huge pain in the dick, I'm gonna be honest.
What's everybody's athletics?
I'll just climb up, okay, and then I'll use a special summoning ritual to summon you all up to the top.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Kijani and Vestron are untrained in athletics.
I'm not good at I'm bad at that.
What if I carried Kijani with his little plant body?
That's
Kijani-
What if I
Kijani-
put him in an extra dimensional space that I have? How many bulk is
Kijani can
Kijani
turn
worth?
Kijani can turn into a rat. Kijani
10
can become a
minutes.
small
There you go.
small thing
for 10
for
minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, I don't know if I can climb that in 10 minutes. But
don't
I
you
can
have
try.
fastest speed? Can't you bend space or whatever?
That's true. That's factual in
Bend
a
space
way.
to be that the plateau is on the ground.
Yeah, Sidward. Yes, I would like to just like
Smoosh.
fold it, just
Yeah,
smoosh
he
it,
backs
and now
up
it's a
and does
ramp
the
instead
perspective
of a,
thing where he's like, maybe one day with your space vertex could you do that?
Is there air in his space vertex? Can Kijani get in?
No, you can't carry living things in your extra dimensional space. I'm putting a hard
Unlucky.
stop to that.
That makes me sad.
Okay. Well, it sounds like we're doing a full frontal assault.
Kijani can become a rat for 30 minutes. It would take all my focus points, but
Yes.
Okay.
Can you take
Do I
us back
think
to the
if
other
I
map?
successfully climbed, do I think I could climb that in 30 minutes?
30 minutes? No, I don't think so.
All right.
okay.
We can also attack at night when it would be easier to do covertly.
True. When you first approached here, you were concerned about the hostages, and you felt very time sensitive about that. I don't necessarily
Yeah,
want
but
to discourage or encourage that. I don't want to step in, but I'm telling you that's why you didn't consider like waiting for nightfall and doing any kind of reconnaissance or subterfuge the first time around. But that's an entirely valid approach.
I also am the sneaky. I'm the sneaky Kai. I'm the sneaky bird.
Is that
I
right?
can become invisible.
How sneak?
I'm pretty good at stealth.
I'm so much so you might call me an expert at sneaky.
Ooh. So
we,
I can follow the expert.
Yeah, on
That's
we
a,
all can follow the expert.
on
Yeah.
exploration. Yeah, on remaining.
That would give me a
Unseen.
+9, right? It's +2.
That's right.
Yeah, it takes you to
It basically makes you
a
expert.
level up. It makes you
Yeah.
one level up than what you are.
So, yes, that would make you +11, +9. That would mean that the lowest you have would be Saradwin at a +3.
Well, that's still tough.
The next lowest you'd have is Kijani at +9. So like, 5 of the 6
That's
of
pretty
you could be the sneaks. With bonuses between 9 and 11, pretty tight spread. But Saradwin would, even with the +2, brings him up to +3 stealth.
Visibility on yourself.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
Is invisibility self?
Let me look at it. That's a great question.
Not that this actually changes the numbers that he'll be rolling, but it does mean that he won't be seen.
No,
Yeah.
it says illusions bend light around the target, so I could touch Saradwin and make him invisible.
For 1 minute, right?
Duration is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That is a lot better than 1 minute.
That's true. Technically true.
Or unless Saradwin uses a hostile action.
I think you could probably trust Saradwin not to shatter that
Call
illusion.
Chop somebody's head off.
Yeah. Yeah, range touch. Targets one creature. Yep. It also has
makes-
the subtle trait, which means you can do it
Subtly.
without a spell sigil and a vocal command.
I can do that.
That would give you 10 minutes. If we were to do that, I'd have to kind of arbitrarily pick how close you might feel comfortable getting to the camp, how close to the camp before casting that. And then I would throw us into like an actual encounter mode tracker so that you guys would have your
10
movements to, yeah. 10 minutes is a long time in 6-second rounds, but while sneaking, you have to move at half speed, and you have to make a stealth check at the end of every movement. So it's a lot of rolling here. It's a lot of opportunities to roll a natural 1. It's just hard. It's hard to sneak in this game. But it's not. I'm again not discouraging you. This is a viable option. It just might also be.
We don't necessarily need to start rolling every 20 feet until we get into encounter mode, though. That's not. If we're in
Yes, that's
exploration
true.
mode, we can. Yeah.
But
It would-
because of
it's not-
Saradwin's like passive stealth, and because they have scouts out, I have to make a determination of how close you could get to the camp to even.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you all have pretty
that's
good
again-
stealth, up to, except for Saradwin, right? So if you're gonna try and bring him this close and then cast invisibility so that he can keep up with you guys, your timer's gonna be hard to keep up with mechanically, because we're gonna have to get into like an actual, keeping track of that.
That's again why I suggest doing this at night, because one, we don't want to. We've been told several times, don't do a full frontal attack. I kind of trust that advice, but also we don't have a better option, so we might as well at least have some of them be asleep. and catch some of them doing in that way. It was my thought. I know that they have hostages, but now it's if we die, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It's like 5 o'clock right now, so
Also, I need at least 2 more hours of healing, probably. So there's that.
Yeah. Yes, you guys could lay low.
is it summertime or winter time?
It is wintry time. It is fall, actually. Month 10. It's Fantasy October.
So sundown is probably at like 6:15.
Sure. So if you guys want to take 2 more hours and get all of your healing topped off, and I guess in that time, if some of you want to, well, I don't want to encourage splitting the party, but like some of you are good at stealth, right? You might get close and find out more in a 2-hour period. You're moving slowly.
Yeah, I'm happy to volunteer to do that sort of thing, but I also don't want to bog it down if we don't want to spend time on that.
Yeah, 100% up to you guys. It's not like we're playing the game. You're not taking time away from us because this is the game.
I mean, sure, but like, it could potentially be a lot of rolling where it is just me interacting.
Yeah, sometimes that's fine.
I know,
But
but that's why I'm saying
would
it out loud
volunteer-
to the party, not
Yeah.
just you. To be
I'm
clear.
Yeah, I would volunteer to go with you, but I am the one that needs to be
You
healed.
need to be
so
healed.
I cannot.
You don't.
We had this plan. Yeah, we have this plan, and I agreed to go with you, and Steven's like, dude, you're the reason.
Yeah,
he let us
Go
that
lay
whole
down.
entire he
I
lets
am
me
very
plan
sad.
that.
because I am down 10 hit points, but I'm just immune to that the rest of the day, right? So
No,
my
1 hour.
doesn't
That's
matter.
why.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's an hour. That's why.
Just an hour.
Yeah, that's why Oleander
Even
needs
though I
2
failed?
hours. Correct.
Yeah, he let him do it
Oh.
for you because he's better.
I mean,
Also, so let's clarify some rules here. The game anticipates that you will be spending the treat wounds activity between combats to top yourself off. The combats are deadly and dangerous. You probably should enter every combat with maximum hit points. Taking a long rest in and of itself in this game will not necessarily top you off. You have to spend time doing the treat wounds activity or magically healing. The issue is, of course, that that costs you in adventuring day. Whenever someone does the treat wounds activity on you, you gain immunity to the treat wounds activity from that person.
Is it
from that person? I might be mixing up the.
I think it's just treat wounds. You can. I mean,
Yeah, you're right. I'm mixing this up with the thing that Adrian has. You gain immunity for like an hour, basically. So you have to wait for an hour before they can attempt to do it again. So that's what's so costly about, like, time-wise, what's costly about trying to top off your hit points. It's also why there are skill feats in the game that if you have someone who's going to be dedicated to healing and health or battle medicine, there's a skill feat called continual recovery or something, and it makes it so that as soon as you do a treat wounds check, you could do another one as soon as you're done. Like, you basically fail or succeed, you remove the hour-long wait period. So you could just sit and spend 30 minutes doing 3 treat wounds on someone, if you have that skill feat. Worth pointing out. I have that in another campaign. But so yes,
Yeah, the
that's why
medicine skill feats are cool.
that's why Oleander needs 2 hours, because he's going to need at least 2 more treat wounds. That's assuming both are successful, probably, right? If he fails one, then he just misses out on that healing. So maybe what we do is have Saradwin do a 10-minute treat wounds on Oleander, and then Saradwin do a 10-minute treat wounds on Kai. This will be an hour later. You will have already spent the first hour.
Sorry, I have to select the
And then maybe Kai goes off on his own for a minute, while Oleander waits for the next hour to get that healing. Is everybody tracking on the rules, or did all of that just sound like crunchy garbage?
Mostly made sense. The
A little of column A, a little of column B.
Cool.
yeah. So the last part.
What can I clarify? Yeah.
Sorry, it was something like something got crisscrossy with the two of us, Kai and Saradwin, doing treat wounds on people. You said.
So because none of you has continual recovery or any of those feats, basically, if you have been subjected to a treat wounds activity from anyone, no matter success or failure, you have to wait an hour before you can attempt it again.
Right.
So the last one that you did on yourself and you failed. So you gained no hit points in it. You have to wait an hour before you can get another attempt. So while you're all sitting out at the crossroads, you might want to head out into the fields a little bit so that you're not like on the road in case there are other parties that come through. But you might want to lay low and spend the hour kind of recovering, resting, so that you can do that recovery check again on both of you before you proceed. And then also you're waiting for nightfall, right? So it's really just, it's trying to fill this time efficiently.
Yeah.
And what I was saying is that it might make sense for Saradwin to do it for you because he has a higher check than you do.
What is his?
Plus 11, and he can do risky. He doesn't need to do, well. He can do risky surgery as well to give a plus 13, and also definitely critically succeed. But also,
yeah, he could get a plus 13 when the DC is 15.
Okay. Well, I mean, I might as well do it on. I might as well do it.
Okay.
Why?
As well, right? Like, I mean, it.
He can. The answer is, in my opinion, no, because he can do it for you, and then in the next 10 minutes do it for me.
Yeah, because it takes
okay.
10 minutes to do, but if he does it to you, you're immune
He can
for an
then
hour.
do it still. Yeah. Okay. Because the immunity is held with the player that's receiving it, not the
immunity
player
is
delivering.
to the player,
okay,
and
sure.
that's just to keep sort of. It's still not obviously immersive or realistic, but it's kind of like there's only so much I can do with magical herbs and salves, even with incredible expertise in medicine. There's only so much I can do in the within an hour's period to heal you. You still need that time to kind of recover.
You get 22 healing.
I'm
No,
full,
actually, sorry.
baby.
Sorry. You
Nice.
also take it away first. Take 7 damage first.
Oh,
Why?
because he did risky surgery.
Oh. All right. Okay.
Now I know, but you're still gonna be at full.
I'm full.
Take 7 damage as he slices you open to get to your
Ow.
wounded bones, and then reaches in with his whole hand and like sets them. Here, let me get in here and get this right.
There's your problem.
There's your problem right there.
Your bones are hollow. No wonder they break.
So the question is, does he try to do that higher DC
For you?
for Alexander? Yeah, just to do it quicker.
Yeah.
Kinda
To
wanna
clarify
try it.
that statement, some of you don't care. This is all just crunchy nonsense math because you don't have the medicine skill. But when you're an expert in medicine, you can choose to like call your shot, sort of. You can choose to shoot for a DC 20 instead of a DC 15. And by beating the higher DC, you get a static plus 10 hit points to the healing of it. So it's just like a flat upgrade. But you raise your chance of failing because you're raising the DC by 5. So that's the trade-off. And that becomes necessary at higher levels to make the healing relevant, right? Because as you guys get so many more hit points as you level up, this little old, whatever it is, 2d8 is going to be nothing. But when your healer starts shooting for a DC 30 to add a static, whatever. Oh, did you miss it?
And I also did almost max damage.
On risky surgery?
Yeah.
So you just lost hit points.
Yeah.
Saradwin cries a little and apologizes.
He felt really good about me,
That was why.
and then just.
I only had it was a pretty good chance of succeeding.
Sure. May the odds be ever in your favor. Does he want to use his session hero point to not just wound you?
Yes, because I won't remember to. If he
Yeah,
dies,
I feel like this is
if-
this
if
is
he
a good
dies
time.
because I did this.
He's not gonna
Vesper's
die.
gonna
He's got
cast-
healing all over.
Vesper's gonna cast False Vitality.
Okay, cool. So never mind. I did take the 7, but now I need to roll 4d8 plus 10. E8. Oh, actually, I can't go back and make that be the thing. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
And so when you critically succeed, that means you also do double damage on your risky surgery, right?
No. No. Don't
Oh,
be
look.
silly.
With the plus 10, he did as much healing as he did with.
Sometimes this happens.
It's okay. I am at full, and now I can go scout with you.
My bones are a lot easier to set, you see.
For sure. So yeah, we'll jump ahead. We'll say it's around 6 o'clock, maybe 35-40 minutes away from true sundown. If you guys want to, stealthiest of you, want to scout in and see what's up.
You only have to do 1 hour of healing instead because of that.
Right,
Okay.
right. That's why I only moved us forward. Yeah.
Sorry.
I did cast False Vitality to give myself 10 temporary hit points.
Oh, cool. How long does that last?
8 hours.
Nice. You're like basically a tank now.
Yeah.
You have 40 total hit points. You have as many hit points now as Kijani does. Putting
I'm
you in
almost there,
tied
too.
for second. Yeah. Kofaros still
It's
has
good.
Kofaros has 47 hit points. He's a tough little midget. Yeah, what's up? Kijani?
Johnny's going to go, and we've slightly talked about this before. I'm still not sure, like, really where we landed. The Vertex Light, illusion thing doesn't say for how long I can do it, or like how many actions it is. You warp light and wrap it around you, hiding your form in prismatic cocoon. As long as you are not in darkness, you can attempt a stealth check to hide, even if you aren't concealed or have no cover against a creature. When you succeed on the check, hide. I think I can go out to the chat.
Yeah, I see it here. So it's not its own action to do. It's kind of passively reactionary. You just kind of instinctively do it. When you attempt
Like
to
if I-
hide, which is hiding is the action.
Yeah.
When you hide,
Okay.
you get the benefits of wub wub.
Wonderful. Okay.
Uh,
Good to know.
when you succeed on a stealth check to hide, while you're not in darkness, you also become concealed to that creature
Mhm.
until you move. So concealed isn't invisible, but it certainly has its advantages. It makes you much harder to hit, or if you're not in combat, like to identify, recognize. And
Yeah.
if you succeed on your hide, then you're hidden. The advantage here, I guess, over normal hide actions is normally if you don't have cover and you're not in darkness of some kind, you can't even attempt to hide. Like it's not feasible.
Mm,
So like this is what this is giving you is
that's cool. Yeah.
while no one else can attempt to hide while in plain sight.
Yeah, that would be super.
Well then Kijani will kind of like wrap up and be like, okay, I'm ready when you are.
Keep in mind though that we're waiting for the sun to go down, so this is a feature you're not going to have as much advantage of once the sun goes down, because it will be dim light and then darkness. So
But if we go scout,
yeah, the sun's not
First.
down yet. Yep. All right, so Kijani is injecting himself into the scouting party. I assume
Yes.
without objection.
Hello, little plant. Please
Yes.
follow
Okay.
the expert.
Anybody else?
What is the bonus if you follow the expert?
+2.
Plus 2.
Plus, oh, so that puts me at 10
Yes.
stealth.
All of
Fuck
you
it,
are
I'll
going to
do
be equally kind of okay at this, except for Saradwin. So the question is, do you want to leave poor Saradwin sitting out in the grass by himself, kicking marbles around?
Somebody should stay with him.
Topharos will stay with him.
I was
Let's
about to
just
say,
have
like,
the-
how about the
How about the
characters that
people who are
aren't-
here get to play the game? How about that?
Yeah.
That sounds great.
That sounds pretty good.
Oh, the people who are here get to play the game. How about that, Jonathan? Watching this VOD later? I'm just kidding. I love you.
We miss
Uh,
you.
We do miss you. Hope you're doing okay. Okay. You two stay out of trouble, please.
We will try.
That did not engender very much confidence, but
I'm confident.
All
I
right.
suppose if you storm the front, then we'll have a diversion.
Would be a great, just like my diversion in the road when I tripped forward entirely on purpose to call all of their attention to me.
I bet if you had shown your emblem, they would have taken more empathy on you.
Best friend Snickers.
Kijani.
What? I think it's a wonderful number. It's a great number.
Perhaps it is time you
Okay.
go.
He then turns around and he starts bouncing away.
Do I need to? Is there like an action I need to?
Yeah, you're all gonna be avoiding notice. Is the exploration activity?
But
Oh, sorry, that's not
after
true.
you
Technically,
follow the
because
expert?
yeah. Technically,
I would like to.
Kai is
I would
avoiding
like to-
notice.
I would like to still avoid notice. I have a 9. I'm comfortable with that.
Okay. Everyone
I
else
want
is
to have
following the
benefit of-
expert. Kind of as Kai is picking through the grass and brush. Not only is he really good at being sneaky, but he's also really familiar with these terrains. And he's kind of pointing out, like, don't step on that fungus. Don't. We'll move this way along the brook so that we don't stir the waters. And so everybody roll a stealth check, please.
Blind
if you're-
I am doing a hero point thing.
Okay, yeah. So then you're gonna do with advantage. That was very wise. You can't
Thank
possibly
you.
know.
I think I will also do that thing.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh, all right. Really digging it. I guess you guys don't think you're gonna get into any combat tonight, where you might die and need your hero points to save your life.
still
I have my evergreen, so like
Yeah.
Same.
Kijani. Yes, a lot of you have those left over, but Kijani, re-roll yours. You only rolled once.
Oh.
I'll tempt fate by not taking the +2 and not
Using
hitting
Did
a
it
hero
the
show
point?
my +2 on that first one?
It did not.
Okay, so add that +2 for following the expert.
Mm-hmm.
I did that on.
Cameron you did add the follow the expert. And okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I see that. Perfect. Tut. All right. So, let me check there. Technically, what's supposed to happen here,
Technically,
which is extremely frustrating. Actually, it shouldn't be too hard in Boundary. Oh, no. You're rolling stealth. It's against their passive perceptions. This makes so much more sense. Okay. So, perception score here is... Okay.
is it good?
You all approach the camp without being noticed. By literally one. Like, not by one. like meets it, beats it. So by 1.
Oh,
Um,
we were successful.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I heard that as we were not detected by literally only one person.
No, sorry.
That's what I thought. I was like,
Totally.
well,
Like, oh, okay,
The
you're very
DC
excited for that.
The
whole
person
world-
of you who rolled the worst stealth rolled exactly the DC needed to pass.
Nice.
can you tell us who that was?
It was you.
Fuck.
And the DC
Ooh,
was the DC is 15. You rolled a 15, so with a plus 10, you rolled a 5 on the die with advantage.
Jesus.
Yeah. Kijani rolled a natural 1 at first, and then chose to reroll.
What did
Without
I
me
have?
prompting
Was
him,
it-
he chose to reroll.
was a good thing.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna warn you.
What? Tell me about my life, please.
Oh, you rolled a 20.
No. You said it was wise that I.
Ah,
Yeah, what was his first one?
your first was also a natural 1.
Aha!
And he was like, "Oh, you wanna use these now, huh? Yes."
I wasn't trying to
Yeah,
discourage
yeah.
you per se. I was just, and since we're doing
He
it,
wanted to tell us that we were walking along the pathway singing, "He's a lumberjack and he's okay."
Ollie wisely did not spend his hero point and relied on his own personal skill and rolled a 19.
My hero point means I have skill.
All right, as you all approach, except for let's see who's not here, Toph and Sari. So the rest of you are approaching. Say which side would you like to approach from?
The top.
I
The
think
cave.
the left.
The left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I will say that by coming through these trees over here, you all are able to make your way up, probably to this little precipice. And I will temporarily drop this wall to kind of give you
Can you
guys.
see over the palisade?
Yeah.
Oh my.
Sight restriction none.
Does this guy see us?
He is asleep and he is so not paying attention.
Poke your head up. Oh, hello, sir.
Yeah, as you guys are kind of like on the cliffs, sneaking. This is the guy you almost get seen by with that 15. But as you're on the cliffs, kind of sneaking, getting a view over the wall, you can see here that there is a guy right over the wall. I will say at this point,
Oh, that's it. We can see him. I didn't know he was here. He was back there.
oh yeah, you can see Tomas.
Thomas.
Since that's the case, I'll go ahead and throw him up on the screen. Where are you?
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry.
Hmm.
Definitely painted on scars.
Looks angry.
For sure. At this point, it's been, an hour and some change since you first saw him up here. You can see him kind of talking frustratedly to Dalian, the boy who's in the ground here. He like backhands him hard. Dalian goes down and does not try and get back up. He just accepts getting bitch slapped. And then this guy marches off towards a cave
And-
entrance.
Oh.
The Terra Nomata, who are lined up here in front of the kind of bullseyes, are now being kind of chain gang walked to this large tent in the middle. Apparently not having given what they were hopeful to find. The bandits are disappointed. Also, there's a Pokeball shield right here. I just noticed.
I can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it.
It is just barely the black
Oh,
void
no.
of darkness.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you.
I am crying.
Alright. So, having managed to sneak this far in, before you realized how close you were to a sentry, and how lucky you were that that sentry wasn't paying attention, you kind of see this little spat unfold. There are a lot of people in here. A lot of bandits milling about. Quick
I
estimation.
count 10 enemies.
Yeah, as we'll say, as they're moving around, they are kind of walking. I'm not gonna move them, right? But because it's so much work. But as they're kind of milling about the camp, you could easily estimate between 10 and 15. Between 10 and 15 people.
Including Red Scar.
Yeah.
How tall is the palisade?
8 feet.
Okay. Are these other 3 sentries awake?
All of the sentries. Yeah, they're awake. They don't appear to be overly attentive. It's kind of a thing where, like, this is such a heavily defensible position. Huge natural advantage with the walls all around, the palisade. That, like, anybody coming at them would have to run uphill, where they have the advantage of arrows raining down on them. That they're just not as concerned as they should be. They're very complacent in their security, and for good reason. You would think you'd have a hard time if one of them actually were to call everyone to order and raise an alarm. It'd be a real trick to get in. There are arrow towers here. They are not currently occupied. They could be.
Okay. Is there anything we would like to do to help our position when we actually try to attack the fort?
Well, we know that the Terra Nomada are going to be in that black tint, assuming they are not being taken to slaughter right now. Hitting to them to release them might help our position. Have some help. Combatants.
Okay.
I do not know if there's anything we can do about that right now. I mean,
That was going to be my next question.
we could try, but I bet that they are being watched fairly carefully. At least we know the layout. I do not think that we should push our position any further.
Very well.
But I am not a combat expert. Ollie, what do you think?
I can't imagine anything that we could. I don't have a setup that I could do to think it would be easier. Knowing their features is good enough. Not good enough, but it's best we can get, I think. Knowing kind of how they're moving, which isn't super organized, which is better. Doing anything that might alert him is probably a worse idea.
I agree. Then we return.
All right. As you all make your way back down the sloping hill into the trees and the grasses and head back to where your companions are waiting, you need another stealth check from everybody. If you're following Kai's lead, it's going to be a +2.
I'm not gonna use the hero point this time.
Me neither.
Okay.
I am preparing to run very fast.
Looking for Ollie.
Sorry, I was doing the thing.
All right. You all begin to make your way past, following Kai's lead, kind of slowly making your way through. Oleander, you almost step on a pebble at the top of this cliff that is like a perfectly round, almost marble of a pebble that would have toppled you and sent you down the hill. But Kai reaches out to stop you, grabbing your leg just before you do. Breathe out. Unfortunately, his rapid response to grab your leg puts him slightly off balance, and he slips, and the rocks start to tumble. Hey, what was that? As
Well, shit.
Kai had a dismally bad roll, unfortunately, and there seems to be a commotion going on behind the palisade. As they muster and begin to look out into the dusk light, sun is still kind of in the sky. Their eyes fall on Kai. So the rest of you are down now in the shrubs down here, but somehow Kai is exposed. An alarm goes up. Arrows are being knocked.
Okay. I'd like to do a run. Can I do that? Or do I gotta roll that thing?
It depends on where you fall in initiative.
Well, shit. I'm gonna guess that I can't roll stealth for this.
You cannot use stealth for this initiative because you are seen.
I am cry.
I don't like that.
Oh, and I can't roll stealth for initiative because I wasn't avoiding notice.
I think it's reasonable to say that you could.
Oh.
That's good.
Well, that's alright. I already rolled perception. I'll just take it. Although I guess I could just take the roll and instead of +6 make it +10.
All those sounds made me very sad.
Worse is
there a way to change the attribute that it's using?
Yeah. On your character sheet, on the initiative, there should be a drop-down list.
That's a lot of fucking dice.
You have
Where it
to
says
have.
attribute?
Sorry, where it says initiative. Just
Oh, I
under
see.
that.
I see. Yeah.
Can I switch mine out for stealth? 'Cause I didn't realize that was an option.
Yes, if you'd like to use. So I won't let you roll again, having seen your result.
Sure.
Feels whatever. But if you'd like to use the hidden stealth roll that you don't know yet, that you rolled before start as your initiative, I will let you swap it. Just tell me now.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right, you rolled 25 stealth.
Nice.
And I don't get the bonus for follow the expert anymore, right? Because he fell.
That's no, you do.
Yeah, you still. He was still pointing out the right way to be sneaky. He just.
He just missed it.
You following the expert does not. His success does not actually affect.
Impact. Yeah, correct. Okay. Everybody initiative here? Alright. So,
Jesus.
that being said,
Sarah,
we are in an encounter, not necessarily a combat.
Fuck.
I fear.
It is up to you guys how this goes down, but
I'm in danger.
we're gonna go ahead and
Mhm.
start the encounter, begin encounter.
I rolled
Yeah,
real
but-
high, and I'm not real high up.
Is Chokai up there with us? In those trips?
Yeah, he rolled a 23.
What, did I like fall down?
You rolled
He
23.
said
Am I
that
like
he
down
was
here?
on the rocks. Oh.
You guys are all kind of in this bush. This is your location. Uh oh, somebody. Yeah, but Kai would be. We'll say Kai's like out here. So, top of the round, we have someone who kind of knows what's up. What? We'll give him. We'll say he will draw his hatchet as an action.
That's
and
no,
we'll-
I'm at the top of the round.
Oh,
I rolled a 26.
you're right. You're right. How did we skip you? Kijani is first. Very first. First above King Among Men. Kijani, what's up?
Okay, so Kijani will.
So
say,
remember too, like I'm fine with above table talk to a degree. Get
So
your
Kijani is thinking about turning into. If I turn into an animal and hop out of the brush as an animal and like snarl and then run away, then you guys can hide, take the hide action, wait for it to like calm down, and stealth out.
yeah, maybe you could. Your thought being maybe you could convince them that what they heard, the topple, was just a
With the-
wild
yeah,
animal.
with, like, an animal, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
totally possible. They are eyes on Kai. They're looking at him.
Oh.
Oh.
This is up.
I mean, I am a bird.
a bird in a kimono
Outfit.
with a government drone and a. What are you saying is up, Will?
I misunderstood them. I just realized that we were going up and up the thing, not down. And I was wondering how they could see us, but we're just higher.
Yeah,
Right?
no, it's all. They have
No,
the high
we-
ground.
no, okay.
They have the high
Um,
ground. Yeah.
Okay, and so Kijani will say,
That's entirely feasible for the others.
I could also attack. Well, I don't have enough time to talk really as him. I could also attack Kai, make it look like he's running from me, and then they're not gonna come out and save like some random person.
Yeah, they're
But
gonna
if
wonder
you-
why Kai. They're gonna wonder no matter what why Kai is so close to their camp. They don't see the three of you at all. You're hidden. So, I guess there's always the potential to just have Kai run. Book it. He's the only one who's seen here, right? Maybe he draws all their attention.
I'm so
I don't wanna.
fast.
I don't wanna strategize for you. I'm playing the game because I want to play, but I'm taking it away from you. I'm sorry. Please do the thing.
I'm fast.
It's true.
He is faster than
A speeding arrow.
anybody else. Swift as a coursing river.
Yeah, that's it.
Great typhoon. I would. Well, they're probably. Well, I don't know if they'll come investigate this bush or not.
I still think running away might be a better. If I turn into a cat or a deer, then I have a 50-foot movement speed.
It's pretty good.
It doubles what I have right now. So
Can you turn into a riding animal?
Sid? I don't know. I can turn into a bear, an ape, a bull, a canine. So I'm thinking like a big bull. I become a medium-sized creature too, so I become bigger than them.
Large is what I'm.
Yeah, you have to. I think in order to mount a creature, they have to be one. You have to be one size at least smaller than that creature.
So. Okay.
So if Tophoros were here, he could ride you.
Correct. Yeah. Got you. Okay.
It's
And then I
good
think
information for that. in the
when it
future.
gets heightened to 4th level, so when we're
Level 8.
level 8, then it becomes a large.
that tracks.
So
Can't wait. 'Cause you could become a dinosaur too, I think.
I think that might be heightened.
Yeah, maybe.
And or maybe that's dragon form.
So you could become a deer, but it would be like a medium-sized deer.
Yeah.
So fast.
But it would get him out. It would get him out quicker.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I could get out.
Yeah, if we're just running, we're just running.
So do you think that we run, or
I mean, I don't think we fight.
Yeah, we can't win this fight.
okay? Kijani will turn into a deer.
First time you guys have seen him turn into an animal, actually, I think.
He's mentioned it before, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kijani's arms start to kind of glow as glyphs appear around them, and he says like, "Well, I suppose I will see you back with the others." And his like vines start
Deuces.
to piece together, and he like starts to grow new growth, like plants starting to form around him. And you see this stag stand up where it used to be, and it looks just like a stag, but upon close inspection, because you're standing right next to him, you can see that it's still made of like plant material. Like the fur is actually like bark that's fuzzed. He looks very convincing as like an actual animal, but like when he transforms, he is still made of like plant sinew and stuff. So I become a deal. That, and that's 2 of my actions, and then I GTFO. 50, 40, 50.
Yeah, okay.
Just
Gone.
running.
Gone, man. Alright. Is that it for your turn?
I think so. I think that's all I can do.
Oops. This guy's turn. Alright. He's gonna spend an action to draw his short bow. And then move forward to here. And then move forward
When you say
here.
all are on, it's only like one guy who's actually seen us, right? Because
Uh,
none, they can't. They're still all in a under like behind a palisade.
They
right?
have like, yeah, of course. So because they're scouts, they can see over the palisade. They have like step stools in the back. Like it would be useless for them to hide behind the walls. But
it's those four. is what I
yeah,
mean.
it's like 4 people who can see over. But they
Yeah.
Kai is observed to them, right?
Mhm.
They're aware that something is something's going on.
Can these guys, and I'm not fishing here, I just am actually curious, like, because of this drop off and his angle, can these two see him?
Maybe not line of sight, but like they know where he's at because
They do.
yeah.
That's fair.
Brings us to Vesrin. Vesrin, can't you turn into a deer and
No, I don't have that ability, that spell prepared.
known?
I do have, what's it called? Pest form.
Oh, you actually do have a wild shape of some kind.
Yeah. I just don't think I can do a deer.
You might be able to become a cat. What's the speed of a cat? Oh no, pest form. It doesn't matter what your speed is.
He can become a like house cat.
Right.
But
Speed is
not-
20 feet, so I'm actually faster how I am.
Yeah.
Form is this small, you become small.
I also don't have that prepared, so it's irrelevant.
Ah, I see. You can change.
Um,
You can change one spell you have prepared once a day, but it takes you 10 minutes.
It takes 10 minutes, which is,
Not
Um,
super feasible right now.
I can't remember if I used drain bonded item last
You
time.
did. You did during the combat. This is when you discovered that feature existed. This was last session
Yeah.
during combat.
Yeah, okay.
You used
That's
it
right.
right away
Yeah, oh yeah. Fuck.
to cast a second force barrage.
Yes, that's right. I remember now. Okay. I think that I am just going to. Oh, sorry, I still have my. I'm going to move. My speed
Are
is
you
35.
fleeing or are you stealthing?
Yes. I'm fleeing.
Okay.
35. That's one, and then I'm gone.
Okay. Yep. Out here, my map's not quite large enough, but I'll keep track of you out here. Technically, you can get up
will
to
use-
70 feet.
Yeah, I'll use all 3 actions to. I'm basically trying to get back to Topharos and Saradwin.
Okay. Track
So,
of that.
whatever 35 times 3 is. 105 feet.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Oh,
Good.
sorry, that's
2.
10.
No.
End of mine.
Alright, we'll just keep track of these guys. A lot of them are just hearing the commotion. I'll have them kind of mill about, move forward. This guy doesn't probably even know what's going on yet. He's over here. This guy can run up here if he doesn't draw his weapon. Kai.
Okay. You ever seen a bird run?
Like a roadrunner or an ostrich or an emu?
Faster.
Even faster.
I'm gonna go real fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I am warp stepping. To start it off.
Okay.
Gain +5 to my speed until the end of turn. So I have 90 when it's doubled. So I'm gonna move all 3 actions. So 90 plus 45, 135 feet. The fuck away.
Yeah, you're off my map, even beyond the beyond.
Goodbye.
Ah, blah, blah. Oops. You did just get deleted.
Well, you know, when you move that fast, sometimes the laws of
Yeah.
physics get a little angry.
It's true. All right, we'll come over here. This person actually might be able to do something, which is why I bring her up. Actually, at this time, you guys are so far away. Let me check the. She has a short bow, 60-foot range increment.
If anyone has a perception DC of 18 or higher than 18, they also I am not. No, they would notice me too,
Why?
because that's how rolling stealth for
Initiative. Yes. They have
Yeah.
they have a perception DC of 15.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember that. All right, so this is the first range increment, 60 feet. That's 120. Where are you guys? So technically, he could fire out at Kijani. He doesn't think anything about Kijani. He thinks Kijani's a deer. He can't fire at Kai.
Why?
Literally, he can. I think so. He takes a -2 penalty for each range increment. It's a 60-foot range increment. So he would take a -6 to try and hit you. At least I think that's how it works. Let me check the range increments. It might be a max penalty before you just. Yeah,
that
okay.
could be on the 6th range.
The 6th range increment. So he takes a -4 penalty against a target up to 120 feet. A -2 penalty between 60 and 120. A -4 penalty between 120 and 180. You're actually probably in that third, so it would be a -6 penalty. Yeah, he'll roll. He'll roll to hit you.
You mean he'll roll to miss me?
Nobody rolls with the intention of missing, Alex. So he'll roll this with a literal net -1. On the
It's-
die.
Impossible unless a nat 20, no? Or does a nat 20 not even auto succeed in Pathfinder?
It just yeah, it kind of does.
It would be.
So with a -6. Oh, it added that. Okay, so really it's. He rolls a 17 to hit.
I have a
guess that-
21.
21. Alright. Then he misses you. And any subsequent attacks would have multiple attack penalty in addition. So I'm not even going to. The rest of these are guys just are back in the camp. I'm not going to worry about moving them all around right now. This is actually a person. Again, she could really fire on Oleander if she knew he was there. We'll roll it. We'll roll it on Kai.
Might as well, I
That's right.
guess.
She can roll a nat 20. But she didn't. These guys. That brings us to Ollie.
What is it? 105 feet.
For what? 35 times 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, 105 feet.
It says that it's a band.
No?
On my screen, it says it's a bandit.
Your screen is behind. Are you moving 135 feet after Vestron?
Yes.
Alright. Stand here. 105, I mean.
Okay. If you insist.
Bandits,
Unless
bandits,
it's like something that could qualify as an enemy, and I can tumble through them and maybe have more speed. That's the only thing.
No.
I presume the answer is no.
Alright.
And it has to be me. Can't be a friend. I looked at that too.
Having effectively fled the realistic range, everybody except for the deer, who is probably a non-target, I'm going to say that this is we're still in like encounter, but I'm gonna get us out of all this like super dense initiative as you guys continue to flee. Looking back over your shoulder, you can hear cries and calls still going up as you flee southward towards the crossroad. And I ended the combat encounter and the calculation was like, great, each of your players is owed 420 experience points. No.
That's right. We survived. We must get
Nice.
the points.
No.
Hmm.
Heading back down to the crossroads. Let's see. Sari and Tofros are over here in the grass. As the rest of you flee. Well, actually going down this road. Alright. We're out of technical initiative, but there's still a time crunch. You can hear behind you, probably like a raiding party being mustered to venture forth and investigate as you make it to the crossroads here. No telling how long you have. Probably minutes rather than seconds, but not hours, right? As you,
Hide.
why are you running?
Why are you running?
We need to hide. We poked the hornet's nest, as it were.
Yeah, Kijani will become Kijani again.
Okay.
That's a good trick.
He's very useful.
Everybody make a perception check.
Okay, Dad.
Why?
What?
Why don't you have car insurance?
We're all experts in perception now, right?
I don't know. No, definitely not.
I
Kai-
am.
Kai
They
and Vesperin are
probably
not.
don't that.
No, gotta be an exploration activity. Yeah, as you guys run south, Kijani and Ollie, as you're kind of looking back over your shoulders, you can see that there is a raiding camp coming forward as the dusk begins to fall, and they have torches, and they are beginning to light the hay. The fields of hay that roll out across the horizon, they're just lighting it on fire arbitrarily in kind of a sweeping.
We have to stop this. They're going to destroy the ecosystem all around.
How can we tell how many people there are?
Not from here. It's just a kind of like a amorphous blob of torches, pitchforks sort of situation.
We have to defend this place.
They're going to burn it all.
Would you like to march
They've
straight
already
up the
started.
road?
I'm aware.
You
Would you
hear?
like to march straight up the road?
We cannot hide in burning grass.
If that's true, I'm asking what your plan is.
I cannot think of a better one. I mean, hiding
Right then.
is so temporary.
Do we have? I
Now
don't.
at
I
least
don't
we
know
have
how
it.
we're going to stop a fire. I don't know how we're going to stop this many people, but much less a fire. But okay, let's go. Let's go.
I think it is time. They know we are out here.
Seri, Tovaros. Now's the time. Vesserin actually will position herself a little bit further back.
Is that right? So it's like you're learning how to play the game.
Yes. Although I am a little tankier than I usually am right now.
Kijani will kind of step forward and say, I can get up close. At least for a bit. Are we ready? As ready as we will be.
They're gonna start firing arrows on us before. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm gonna
All
cast
right.
shield.
Okay, yeah, that's valid. In my mind, the first thing I heard when you said that was, it's not what you said, but what my mind said was mage armor. And I was like, can't catch mage armor. Cast mage armor at the beginning of the day.
You can always choose to not cast it and cast it later. It just is no reason.
Well, actually, I was looking at this. So, point of order. Extremely niche, very rare point of order. Vesserin is the kind of wizard that can spend 10 minutes to switch a prepared spell. So, if she had not cast Mage Armor, Mystic Armor, at the top of the day when she prepared it, at some point later in the day, she could always take that same spell slot, spend 10 minutes to turn it into another
else.
Force Barrage. But I am with you in that, because you
Yeah,
can't
that's what I was doing.
you can't wear armor. Yeah, definitely, right? Mystic armor is just like it's a good choice. It's a good choice. All right. So, let's try this again.
Wait, why did that go away?
Same song, second verse. Could get better, but it's gonna get worse.
Why is my spell effect shield not? Why
Because
can
we
I
were
not
we,
have
'cause we were
that?
out of combat, so it only lasts for 6 seconds.
Oh. Oh.
But now we're in combat, so just go ahead and cast it. Because theoretically you could have been sustaining. It's not really a 6-second duration. It's just that you have to spend an action every round keeping it up.
It's still. Are we actually in combat?
Yeah, it should. Hold on.
Are we gonna keep our initiatives?
Nah, new.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, cast it again, Kim.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Okay, so we need a new initiative.
And
But it
yeah,
should be stealth, right? It should be.
If you're hiding, I think you guys
We're
are out
all
in the middle of the road.
aren't we?
I don't think we have the option to move it. Like we have to be moving slowly to get to do that. And it's not a.
Yeah, you have
I
to
guess
be moving.
Johnny could be bending light and could be hiding.
He could take the
He
hide
could be.
action. Yeah.
In fact, I probably will. But I already rolled initiative.
Okay.
Is this a reasonable enough place for me to like kind of be in this ditch, or is it all just like burning fields?
It's not yet. They're attempting to. So, one thing you're noticing, and one thing that actually Kai and Seraphim do know for a fact, is that while the rolling golden fields of hay of the Horizoners looks like a tinderbox, It's actually just that the grass is gold. It is green. It's gold, but it's wet. It's live. This is just the color of the fields. So they're finding it does not burst into flames as quickly as they would like, but they are getting, it's enough to cause very choked, very smoky fires to start to roll outward. It's just not that immediate sort of rolling brush fire that they were probably hoping for. And as they're kind of coming down the road and the path, they're kind of scouting out into the fields. They're just touching their torches down and trying to cause this kind of wave of fire to flush out whoever may be hiding. So yes, to answer your question, you feel like you could probably crouch down here. This is not ablaze as yet.
Okay, yeah, I will do that. And can I roll stealth for initiative?
Okay.
Thanks, Dad. I have features for this, you know?
Yes, I know. Roll for
I
NPC.
probably won't use them because that's a low roll, but
Yeah.
maybe.
If it was reasonable as well. I didn't think about that. I didn't think it was reasonable for us to have been able to.
Yeah, because you guys fled so quickly before they even mustered their forces. You guys kind of got here and had, say, 5 minutes to
Got it.
coordinate and kind of. So if you want to be off the road here, that's fine with me. You can. I won't let you re-roll the d20, but you can use your stealth
Yep.
modifier instead on top of that and tell me what it would be.
Where is like by Kai is okay?
Yeah, anywhere out here, kind of in the hay.
Where is my number? Oh, 19. Oh, it's not. Could be a lot worse. Actually, it's not a lot better. It's a 21 instead.
21 instead. All right, I will modify. Changes nothing.
The big thing is they have to have not acted yet. They have to fly.
Right.
They have to not know and have not acted. And
All right. Let's begin. As this person rushes forward, Bo, she's actually going to drop her torch into the field right here, which will begin to catch fire, and she's going to knock an arrow into her bow. She's aiming at Kijani, standing out in the middle of the road in the 4, so she's going to roll to hit Kijani. And will miss. She'll make another attack. Also a miss. That'll be it for her. Brings us to this guy. He has a torch in one hand and a hatchet in the other. Rush forward. And then continue to rush forward to here. He's going to target Kijani and make an attack with his hatchet melee range. That will hit.
Okay.
Cleaving into Kijani's baby plant form, and he'll roll damage here for 9 points slashing damage.
ooh,
Yeah, it's a heavy blow. That's all of his actions. Just to this guy in the back, he's going to spend all of his actions getting close, I think. That's the actions.
Okay.
It's Oleander's turn.
Like, I just look at. I was about to move, but thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I mean
that-
he can't see you. He doesn't know you're there.
Yeah.
He has a
this
torch
is
in one
mis-
hand.
Target. And I will. I'm using the stolen short sword in this fight.
As he's running
Because
forward,
I
you hear him
think
call out, "Alright, gents, get organised! Rush the mages first!"
And he is also he is off guard as well. If you don't
Yes,
have that.
that's true. I should detect flanking, I hope. If not, I'll do the math myself. That is a miss, even with flank.
I wanna. No. Wait. Yes. Yes, I do. It's this time.
It's 10 minutes till the end of the session, yeah. That's a hit.
And it matters when I have.
Flanking.
I thought I'm texting.
Yeah,
For
you get
11.
your extra precision damage.
Mhm.
Nice. Yeah. That misses.
And what happened? You know what? Since he's here, I'll do this. It wouldn't have. He was already off guard to me, so this is just potentially help too. I've attacked him twice. I'm gonna fake like I'm attacking him again and make
Feint?
a-
Okay. And this is against his will DC?
Yes, I want to see if actually the feint actually does something.
That beats his will DC, but not critically. I think that means he would only be affected till the end of your turn here.
He's affected. I have an additional. Mine makes it till the end of my next turn, no matter what, and critical success, I pass that to other people.
Okay, cool. Yep. So
Because of-
you have
yeah.
feinted him, so until the end of your next turn, he is off guard to you. Even if
Already- Yeah,
Kijani
yeah.
moves. All right. Coming up next, Topharos. I
think
do
that-
not know how you have done this, but he is going to
Probably
channel elements.
he might move first because I think that his range he might want them to be in the range of it when it activates. I don't know.
For action economy, I don't think so in this case. He wants to make a couple attacks. He's gonna target this guy and make a ranged elemental blast attack using slashing. Range 30 feet. Yep. Boo. Oh no! Has Topharos used his session hero point?
I don't think so. Cyrodiil did.
Okay, he'll re-roll this. And hit. Nice. Strong hit, but still not a critical. It's 5? Wait, does he not add? I guess not. Oh, only in melee he adds his strength
Yeah.
modifier or something like that. Should add his constitution though, right? If he did a 2 action, it adds his constitution. I don't know how to use his sheet.
He probably
Would have done a 2 action.
so he gets to
he has to do this first. He has to. You get the free one that I think costs. It doesn't. You get a free thing
When he channels, he gets to also make a blast. Right.
Yeah.
So that's all part of
So
that.
it would be.
Yeah, okay. So that's fine. That's 5 points of damage this guy takes. 5 plus nothing. And then he will make a 2-action. I don't know how to do that on this sheet. Two action. Oh, okay, you just click it there. Okay, easy. So then he'll do another one at multiple attack penalty. He still has a +4 to hit, even with the -5. So.
Does he have a thing that he can make? Would weapon infusion take away their range, or does it apply?
It doesn't. Weapon infusion lets him add like a weapon trait, like forceful.
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was making.
I don't think it's useful in this case.
He's not in melee. That's why it doesn't matter.
Yeah. He does miss on that next one, which was a 2-action attack. So that's the rest of his everything. That brings us to Bandit number B. Up to 50 feet here. And then he's going to target Oleander with a ranged hatchet throw. And roll a natural 1.
And hit Kai.
No.
And now he doesn't have his hatchet. Wait, he has a thing here. No, that's different terrain nonsense. Interesting. He's gonna attempt to demoralize you, Oleander.
Let's go.
So he makes an intimidation check versus your will.
17.
He fails. Alright. That's the end of his turn. This is actually a very good tactic for them, though. I'm not going to forget that. He's going to run forward. It's just 2 actions. He will also... He'll attempt to intimidate you, Kijani.
Okay.
So what's your will DC? 10 plus your will save.
Don't I have... What is it called? Undaunted?
Unbowed, unbent, unbroken. I don't doubt you. I don't. Undaunted. Ancestry feature. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to saves against emotion effects.
Frightened is an emotion effect, right?
It would be is demoralized an emotion effect. I would think so, but I'm gonna double check. Yes, it is an emotion effect.
Okay.
So you have +1. Wait. Circumstance bonus to your. No, that's not what happens here. Undaunted doesn't help you. Because it's your DC. Your DC is set by your will. He's rolling against you.
Roll.
Yeah. Remember at the top of the session when I said everything is in DCs versus challengers? He's doing the action here. He's demoralizing. So it's against the DC that is set by your statistic. So in this case, so this feat would come into play if someone said, cast a spell that says everyone in this range makes a will save.
Makes this save,
Yeah. But in this case, because of the way it's flipped,
No, I'm not touching it. Yeah, gotcha.
Yep. You don't get that bonus, unfortunately, because it's just your what is your will? What is your will save? Plus 11.
Yeah.
So your will DC is 21.
Okay.
He rolled a 22. So you are frightened. He runs forward. Makes sense. You've just been cleaved by the first hatchet, and this next guy's running up with a torch and another hatchet, and he is just bearing down on you. That is all of his actions, though. He took 2 actions to run up and 1 to demoralize you. Next up is Saradwin. Will, do you mind? You know how to play clerics, right?
So I mean, kinda. Ooh, he's not. I was looking, can he do it back? But no, he is a untrained +0 to intimidation.
No, he has the smolder.
Yeah.
He has seduction powers, not intimidation powers. All right, we're gonna try and get to the end of this round, and then we'll call it team.
Bless. And
All
try
right.
to move more closely in between. Yeah, no, he'll go ahead and engage with this guy too. But
So much blessing. Wow.
He'll stand next to Kai.
Okay, so
Not Kai.
Vess is not gonna have blessed.
Oh, that was why I wanted to be there. Yeah.
Yeah, up to you, but that's the thing.
That's what I have to move to get it. Yeah, I'll stay. He'll stay back one. He'll get everyone in the area,
Okay.
and that's his turn.
All right. Kai.
Thanks.
Is the like bush here? Is this something I cannot run through?
Yeah, there are no bushes. There are no bushes or
Very cool.
walls. The map is only kind
The
of
map
what
is
I
just
wanted.
a map.
Yep.
Okay.
But you are hidden.
I have
If you
40
run forward,
feet.
you give up hidden. But yes,
But my effect says as long as I go before them,
that's right.
they are off guard to me, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's all I care about.
So true.
So that is a total of 40 to get here. How can I cancel the things I've done
I don't know.
with the little right clicks?
On mine, it's spacebar, I think. But I've changed my
Nope.
setting.
Oh, that just places me back down.
Oh goodness! What a turn! It's the constellation
310 feet.
Draco.
Woohoo! All right, let me just. Okay, we go again.
Reset.
5, 10, 15,
25.
25.
5. Yeah, every second diagonal costs more.
Yep.
30. 35.
That's 45. I'm so sad.
Yeah, who are you trying to get to?
The only person that hasn't gone yet on the bandit side.
Yeah.
Okay. Instead, how about I just go like right there?
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you
That's-
can
that's
chase
where
the
I'm at.
off guard, but remember that the off guard is a -2 to their armor class. Whereas if you stay within Saradwin's Bless, you have a +1 to your attack. So it's not
Okay,
quite as
might
good,
as well then.
right? But it's
Yeah.
you're gonna get more. You're gonna get more out of it, I think.
That
Okay.
would have been the only reason that I would have moved up. Sorry, my mic was far away.
All right, are you gonna? You've got 2 more actions.
Smack.
Are you
But
going
in the
into
form of,
drop into your stance?
tiger.
Yes. Tiger stance.
And flurry blow.
Flurry of flows. All right.
Smack. I don't know if I added it or if it automatically adds it.
Add what?
It
The
does add bless. Okay, that's
Yes, it
great.
should.
That's a miss.
It is a
Fuck.
miss.
Alright, well, we're gonna do it again, because we're already in it.
Yeah.
Even worse. Fuck. Okay, I'm done, Dad.
God, frustrating. Okay. Vesserin, on to you, my friend.
I'm gonna cast Ignition on the individual I have targeted.
Okay. You don't want to cast Horizon Thundersphere and blast all of your allies with
Do it.
lightning ball.
I have in fact done it before, and
that was
easily
so disappointing. As like, just to realize what was happening. It's like, oh man, you're gonna spend all 3 actions, and then all your actions next turn to only hurt your allies because it made the save.
it's bullshit.
All right. Yeah, we just rub it in a little bit. All right, Ignition. Roll the hit.
Attack. That.
Yep, that hits.
Great. It should be heightened 1, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's for 9 fire damage.
Nice. At this point, as he is ignited and he's near death, bleeding, he does drop his torch onto the ground. Right here in front of Oleander, and the grass begins to smoke around where it falls.
I will re-up shield.
Okay, sustaining shield. Awesome.
Mate, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I need to do anything. It'll probably like fall off at the end of my turn, right? Hang on.
I guess, I don't know. Just cast it again?
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Let's see.
I think you're right. I think that it's scheduled to fall off if you don't cast it.
Let's find out.
Oh, no, looks fine. Okay.
I have 2. Okay.
Okay, Bandit Scout's turn.
I gotta
Jeez.
sign off, guys.
Yeah, alright, man. Catch you next time.
Good to see you guys. Later.
She's gonna target Kijani. Kijani? Yeah, because he's frightened. This is a great. Well, no, because you have cover via her ally. She's gonna target Kai,
No.
her short bow. She misses. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
She's gonna try again.
No.
She critically misses.
Yeah.
She's gonna try it one more time with a -10.
No.
She misses. She misses all 3 of her attacks. Garbage. She's a garbage scout. Kijani at the bottom of the round.
Okay. Kijani isn't there. I can move there. But is that better? That dude is near death. Okay. Is this the guy? Who am I afraid of?
You're frightened. It's not
Yeah, but who did
mechanically.
that?
Oh, this guy.
Johnny is going to turn into a bear.
Okay. Is there a This is not a good time to look into this. I'll look into this in between sessions. Is there a feature for that? You can. Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
did it.
dragged it. I dragged it on my. It did
You
not.
did it.
It did not update my AC the way that it was supposed to. Oh, my AC is -1 because of fright. Okay.
Animal form bear. Yeah, cool. You got big too.
I did got a little bigger. I assume it will continue to do that as they get bigger, which is nice.
Granted by animal form. Nice.
Cool. So, and then I will perform a Jaws attack.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
On the unharmed
Is that
bid.
what I'm on? Yeah, Jaws is 2d8. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, that hits. Well. Chomp chomp. Oops.
Yeah. And then we'll be done. I think that's all I can do.
Yeah, it's 2 actions to transform.
Yep.
Alright, team. Back at the top of the round. This is looking a lot like it was the last time we ended a session. Same map, same enemies. So, next time when we join the party, we'll sweep up the rest of these firebrands and decide how to approach the camp as night falls. Alright. Bye, Twitch.
Bye,
Bye, Twitch.